Alright, I got a Super NES. I took the top off because it looked like this, and I thought that I was going to need to retro brighten it, but clearly it's supposed to look like that. So, but the seller said that it does not put out video. Now, I've never worked on one of these, and to make things worse, I bought some broken games. So I'm going to try to fix a broken Super NES with broken Super NES games. So that's going to be the challenge. So let's put a game in. Let's turn it on. Let's switch over and see if we see anything. So we get nothing. So I guess first step would be to clean down inside here. By taking the game and some alcohol let's try that. Still no, oh, you know what? Hold on. I don't have anything plugged in. Alright, let's try it now. Okay, that's what we get. That's what we get. Let's try another broken game. I don't know what this broken game is. Let's squirt some alcohol in it. That does nothing. Okay, so that game does nothing. Alright, so let's try one more. We are going to try we're going to try Mortal Kombat. So I will squirt some alcohol in here, and then do the old Alright, let's turn it on. And I don't get anything out. Alright. So the closest game we had to actually doing something was this Miss Pac-Man game. So let's disassemble this. And let's give it a really, really good cleaning. And try that again. Where is my screwdriver? Alright, so that goes in there like that. Hopefully it only goes in there one way. So, alright, so let's take some 1000 grit sandpaper, which really isn't sanding anything off. It's just buffing essentially the pads. I have found that this is the best way to shine these pads. Keep in mind, it's really no different than that I found anyway, than an eraser. I know some folks have a different view on that. I could see if I were using 200 grit sandpaper or something like that, yeah, it's gonna take this off, but this is just, it's essentially the same thing I use if I want to remove light scratching off of a PS3 case. I use 1000 grit sandpaper and then I buff it, and it works like a champ. Okay, that side's looking better. You can also use an eraser to do this. So let's look at this under the microscope so we can get an up-close view of it. Oh, did I cut the light off? I did. So we're looking for any breaks in between the cartridge connector and anywhere else. And I think everything is looking very nice. Let's check the solder joints of our chip. Those look nice. I don't see any physical damage anywhere. All in all, the game seems to be in very good condition. I suppose these capacitors could go bad, but I don't see why they would. I think this game will probably play a game. I think it's fine. So we clean the pins. We're going to put this back in there. I think there's nothing wrong with this game. Probably just needed to be cleaned, and it would probably work in a known good Super NES. So we will put this back in here, but before I do, I'm going to take a little bit of alcohol, squirt down here, and I am just going to give these a little touch up with the same 1000 grit sandpaper. Being very gentle. Just trying to dislodge any type of debris that's inside there. And if I take my soft painter's brush that my son used to make clouds with when he would paint, rub that around. Alright, so let's put this back in here. Let's switch back over to our other. Let's cut it on. Uh-uh. Lost signal, man. What's that all about? So I would definitely say, I'd definitely say that we have video issues with this console. So we're going to go ahead and disconnect power, and we are going to remove the board and see what happened there. See what we see. So how does this come out of here? Broken plastic bits. Oh, oh well. Well, that's one way of doing it. Let's look at this board under the microscope. We'll clean up any crazy stuff we see. Make sure the reset's working properly. So I'm thinking bad capacitors or corrosion around the joy, or not the joy where you put in the game. Alright, those solder joints look good. All this looks good. That must be the, is that a filter or is that your clock? Your oscillator? Let's make sure there's no corrosion on any of these pins. I don't imagine these are loose, but we could always touch them up if we needed to, you know? All that looks good. All that looks good. No corrosion. No, it's just dirt. That is just some dirt. That looks a little weird right there, though. That pin doesn't look like it's connected to anything. Let's check this this one here. No corrosion. So let's there's a microscope over here. That's looking a little rough around the edges right there. So what type of capacitors are those? They definitely look like they need to be changed though. Maybe I can clean them up a little bit. Yeah, I think those probably could stand a good changing. I don't know if I have any of those. What is this, 33 meg? I don't know how to read those things, bro. I don't know how to read them. Unless somebody like had this and decided they were going to change it, but yeah, you can see, yeah, those are, that is from corrosion, so we definitely want to pull those off and try to replace those somehow. I'll have to figure out which kind those are. Alright, so we know that area needs some work. Let's look at the game cartridge connector here and see what we see. Ooh, that's some corrosion there, huh? I'm gonna have to figure out where all these pins go. Hopefully that's the only one that's like that. Let's keep looking. There's another one. Not so bad. Probably from somebody blowing in the game cartridge. That looks like a friggin' piece of a ramen noodle or something. Somebody was snacking and playing games. Alright, so that side looks alright, so let's go to this other side. Like there's some little earwax, looks like. Ooh, that pin. So this must be the voltage. It must be the, dude, I can't. Let's focus here. That looks kind of terrible. It looks like that leg or that trace probably goes to this. But I think the trace is probably okay, judging by So if I were to ohm, from here to here, is it a short? Yes, it is a short. If I were to screw back some of the solder mask right here, yeah, so that trace is good. Other than that just being generally dirty in there, I don't really, well, we need to check this side, huh? Because directly across from that was this other pin that was corroded. And so presumably it goes there. Okay, maybe not. So I don't know where that goes then. Alright, I don't know. Or does that go there? Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I can't see. Does this pop out like that, like the Nintendo 64? No, it's soldered in there. It's soldered in there. That'll be something that we try to avoid if we can. Anyhow, let's continue the inspection. So, well, I don't know what this thing right here is, this connector for that one board. This one does not look like it's been leaking. No corrosion around there. Not to say it hasn't, but this is just dried up flux from the manufacturing process, it looks like. Try to clean all that off if we can. Looks like it'll just come right off. Alright, anyhow, let's eyeball these. Yeah, it looks like there's been some leakage happening in here, huh? Either that or that solder mask. I mean, maybe these capacitors were changed or something. I don't know. Because that doesn't, I mean, that's some dark behind corrosion. So those are 10 microfarad, 100 microfarad. I think that's what they mean. I don't know what those other names mean. Like you can see right here. There's possibly damaged traces. So I'm going to have to take all of these off and then try to put new, but I need to know the voltage. So I'm going to have to do some research and see if I can't figure out. This is where the video comes in. So the video, where is the video? So video comes in here. It goes through probably decoupling capacitors, I would imagine, to take the AC or the DC component off of the signal. But you can see right here, even on the back. What is that, dude? That might have been alcohol that I put on there, but that's corrosion right here. Yeah, so this I think I need to rework all of this area right here. Not so much on the back, but on the where those bigger capacitors, because those components are right underneath these capacitors. So my guess is these are for filtering of the video signals. And so I need to fix this to, I think, generate this. Because you could see where the video was outputting and then it would stop. And so yeah. All right, so let me do some research on these caps and see if I have some suitable replacements to put in there. All right, so I found quite a few different capacitors. I've got some 100 microfarad 6.3 volt. I've got these right here, which are 10 microfarad. I have no idea how many volts they are. I wonder if that 16 means the voltage. Because I think these might be like, I don't know. I don't know how to read those stupid things. So I think that we will take some of these off and see what we can see. Yeah, so these look like those two look like they're tied together. So let's take this other one off. Oh, good Lord. Bro, that one just fell off. Let's take a look at the bottom of this. Up close. That is what that looked like. And that is pretty freaking gross, dude. I think, now let's try to clean it up too. That was some serious corrosion. Yeah. I think I might be okay, so that's a via. That goes to a via. That it looks like that goes to it's like they're in parallel, you know what I'm saying? But I just, where does that via? I'll have to figure out where that via goes. But this is positive, or no, this is the negative side, I think, or maybe. Dude, I'm gonna have to rewatch the video now. But we know that this goes here, and then it goes here. Does it go here? No. Does it go here? No. And it doesn't go there. I'll have to figure that out. But does this go to this one? Yes, it does. Alright, we gotta get this corrosion off of this pad. Put some flux down. And try to wick it off. Alright, I think that helped some. Yeah, that definitely helped some. So this goes to, okay, let's check that to make sure that all that black we see is not eroded. So it looks like this trace goes down through here. So let's find here. Yeah, and it's good, okay. So that's good. That one didn't look too bad. Now we know that these two should be connected. So are these two connected? And these would be ground. And they are connected. These two are connected and they're hot. That would be the positive. So yeah, that's the pattern. The two hots are tied together and the two grounds are tied together. Alright, I'm gonna go for it. So I lost them. Where'd my capacitors go? I just had them. Oh, here they are. Alright, so we are going to, I bought these a long time ago to repair a PS2 that was missing a capacitor on the, like it's like on the input side where you connect the voltage, you know, on a slim, and it would like read discs, but it wouldn't read discs very well. And so I noticed that capacitor had gotten broke off. I might have broken it off, I'm not sure. This is when I first started trying to work on stuff. And lo and behold, when I replaced that capacitor, it fixed the disk drive. The disk drive, I guess it wasn't getting enough power or something, I don't know. Alright, so we got one. I wish I knew what the red color meant. I don't know what that means either. There's 2, 3, 4. And according to Mauser, these are 6.3 volt. 6.3 volt, 100 microfarad capacitors. Which I guess that's what that 6R3 means. Ooh. I'm telling you, the package says 100, 180 microfarad. Oh, well, we're using them, dude. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we'll see. Or, you know what? I wonder if I got any extra Game Gear capacitors. Because those are 100 volt, or 100 microfarad, 6.3 volt, yeah? I don't know. We'll use these. I don't care. Alright, so what's the best way to do this? I'm going to say to put down some flux on here. Dude, the dog hair, bro. Oh. And then we'll put down some solder on well, these ones definitely gonna have to come off. But these are 33 microfarad. And I don't know if I have any 33 microfarad. That is hideous. That is absolutely hideous. Let's try to clean that off. Dude, that's some bad corrosion right there. And it's really bad corrosion. It's like caked on there. need to try to find some 33 microfarad capacitors. I don't believe I have any. Alright, so I couldn't find any 33 25 volt microfarad capacitors. So I did find a 22 microfarad 25 volt. So we are going to use that instead. And then this one is still presumably good. So let's go ahead and install I'm assuming that's on there all right. It's a little taller than it's supposed to be, but all right. That ought to work. All right, so I'm going to leave those other two capacitors because those other two capacitors do not look bad. They do not look corroded at all. It was just these four. And we'll hope 180 microfarads is okay. You know, we'll hope. Power switch is in here like so. Power switch was like so. Now let's see if anything glows when I plug in the power cable. So nothing glued. Okay, now it's even on. Okay, well that's good. It was on it. Nothing blew up. Let's put our game in. That's Monopoly now. I want this back in. I think that's the one we put the most effort into cleaning, right? Like that. Let's switch over. Oh snap, we did absolutely nothing there. Nothing. I don't think those capacitors I replaced are gonna cut it. So we'll have to find some 100 microfarad. Alright, so my assessment was correct. I removed these 180 microfarad capacitors, and I put in some 100 microfarad 25 volt. Those are supposed to be 6.3 volt, but I didn't have any, so 25 will work just fine. So let's switch over and let's see if it'll play the game. So I'm inserting Miss Pac-Man. Let's turn it on. And we do indeed get picture. Why is it so big? What's that all about? Does this thing have a switch? I don't think it really makes any difference. Why is it so big, dude? It's kind of off. Is it supposed to be like that? Okay, anyhow, let's try another game. Let's try Mortal Kombat 3. Power it on. Okay, Mortal Kombat 3 does not work. So I will set this one to the broke pile. Let's try Monopoly. Okay. I don't know what this game is. Tiny Teen something. Let's see if it works. It is not working. Spread a little alcohol in there just to be thorough. It wants to do something. Okay, that one's broke. That goes into the broke pile. And then the last one is Donkey Kong Country 3 Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. Let's see if it'll play. It wants to do something, but it doesn't play. Alright, so with that being said, I am going to put this back together since it is now working properly, and then we will focus on those games. So I'll be back when I have it together. Alright, first one, Donkey Kong. This game looks kind of gross, man. I might have to give the plastics a little clean. Well, I'm sure that battery's dead. Alright, let's give this thing a little clean and see what we can see. All the pins don't look that bad. Alright, let's use the microscope and see what we can see. We're looking for any open traces that could potentially prevent game load. And this is some kind of, I don't know exactly what that is, but I don't think it's like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what that is, dude. It's kind of weird. Alright, let's check this side.
See?
I mean, I'm sure it's good, but we'll ohm them out in a sec, but I was just looking for obvious damage, you know? Because I don't know if that's like something from the manufacturer that they put on there or what. Well, let's give it a try. Since we cleaned it. Let's see if that made any difference at all. Oh, that was simple. Alright. Bro, I'm a professional technician of looking for problems that do not exist on electronic equipment. So that was just a case of it was dirty. Let's take a look at this one. Again, probably just filthy. So before I do all that inspecting or tracing, I think I'll just clean it and see if that does the trick. This must be a very unsophisticated game, bro. It's got what? How many chips? Yeah, that's funny. All right. Let's polish up the that side is done. And this side is done. So let's put it back in there like so. Put it back in the case. Put it in the game. Switch over. Power on. Well, what do you know? What do you know? It works. Pretty cool. Alright, that's fixed. Add that to the fixed pile. And the last one. So far we have been 5 for 5. And this is Mortal Kombat 3. Probably the only decent game out the whole bunch. It'd be cool if we had to repair a broken trace instead of just cleaning them. I mean, good lord, do people not clean these things before they sell them as faulty? Look at that, bro. Oh wait, this one, ooh, this one's looking interesting. Alright, let's squirt it down. Let's polish it up. do a little water polishing, or in this case, alcohol polishing. Let's get our shop towel and wipe it off. And look how beautiful that is, dude. Thing shines them up very nicely. Very nice indeed. Alright, let's do the other side. This is the other side. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad indeed. This one might need some trace repair. Look at that, dude. That is incredible. Can you guys even see that, dude? I mean, you couldn't even see the pins. They were so filthy. Oh, goodness. Some of the pins are I am going to look at this under the microscope before I test it out, though, just because I think something was actually spilt in here. Set that over there. Let's go under the microscope. Yeah, we definitely need to check these. You can see where it's almost like rubbed. Can't tell there. That might be a break. I don't know. I wonder if this is something that they put in here to like kind of glue it so that it doesn't move and you don't have breaks because of this stuff I'm scraping off. You can tell, man. It looks pretty bad. The pins, they don't look like the other ones. Like, look at that, dude. It's like, what is that, bro? That's solder? No, it's not solder. They don't. It doesn't look right. It's like it's pitted or something. I don't know. Anyhow, let's try it. Let's try it. Switching over to the capture card. Let's put it in. It wants to do something. This is the other side. So all these traces look fine. I'm not at all, well, maybe except this one. This one looks all right. Where is my... I'm pretty sure that's okay, but yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah, so these traces look fine. I don't like the way this looks though. It looks weird. I think I'm going to polish them one more time. I don't know. Alright, let's turn it over. And this is the side that looked terrible. Like this pin right here. Where does that go? Alright, so it does have continuity. I'm sure this one does as well. Okay. And all the rest of them look good. Alright, I think I may see the problem. And I think it's this one right here. Maybe. I think there is a crack or an open right there. So let's scrape back a little bit. Yeah, so then let's take our probe and go from here to here, and it is a short, or it's not a short, it's an open. So we definitely need to fix that. So let's grind away right at the break. Let's clean it. I think that one's gone too, or very close to being gone. Let's try to bridge it with some solder, man. Let's just, instead of running a jumper or a trace, let's just try to see if we can't get a little solder blob to hop over there. I think that might have done it. Well, let's check again. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Yeah, we're good now. So let's just go ahead and touch this dude up just to, because I mean, it may have not been open, but it certainly looks like it's getting ready to be. Yeah, I mean, it's still good, but I'm gonna hit it up with some solder. I hope I didn't make it worse. Let's check. No, I actually broke that one. So we're going to use some wire. Where is my wire? I can't find my wire. I don't know if that's soldered well enough or not, man. Yeah, I think so. Put a little solder mask over the top of it. Nobody'd ever know. Yeah, we're good. Alright. I think that is the only ones. All the rest of these could in the future be damaged, but currently are not damaged. So let's put it back in real quick and give it a test. There we go. There we go. There's no knowledge that is not power. All right, man. I think we are 5 for 5. We are 5 for 5. So yeah, I'm just gonna tidy up, man. Put some thermal mask or solder mask, excuse me, on here, and we'll call it good, man. So we fixed a Super NES that was having some crazy video output that didn't look right. We tracked down and figured out that there are some capacitors that are involved in the processing of that signal, and I think they're decoupling maybe. I'm not sure. And so we changed those, and then we fixed the 5 video games that only one of them actually needed to be repaired. The other ones were just dirty. So yeah, there you go, man. All right, y'all be good.